at that. Ah, ah, ah. Konnichiwa, wild bitches. Unstable creature here, coming off the line with it. And of course, this is preseason game 3. How much are we going to be able to see? How much are we going to be able to get out and really truly understand before this 53-man roster cut? Okay? Because that's important. Understanding that this last game will actually determine the position of a lot of players, whether you're offense or defense. And I am so here for it. And of course, we are playing the 49ers, Raiders versus the 49ers today, this evening. So, yeah, I want to give the quick understanding because, of course, we are not only just doing, that line, we have our QBs. I can understand Kirk Cousins is going to be is a vet and going to be probably for the Raiders the safest pick. But just like last season, the vet that we chose wasn't the safest and wasn't the best in my opinion, and it also showed on the field. So with that being said, to understand that when it comes down to these two, which I truly initially think that it's going to come down to these two. But the crazy thing about coming down to these two is who actually showed some real improvement, who actually did what they needed to do. And even if we caught up in the first and the second preseason game, um, they're still going to use to really solidify and determine this last game who's going to put in and who's going to do, or who also is going to step up and step out for this position. I really want to give my best and my all to O'Connell because I do think in a lot of positions and in that position and in a lot of ways that he do deserve it, regardless of what I may have said during that first game because I was not lying. Okay, how he looked coming in and how it just seemed off of rip. Okay, put that behind because on the second game, it also showed a lot. It showed a lot to his character and it showed a lot to where he wanted to be. Now, as I stated before in a previous video, how the game actually started picking up speed and momentum. This is with every game. Well, this is preseason. Now we're going to step into regular season. Do you really want to be dealing with the whole still situation with the maybe? Because if you think about it, if you think about the situation and how things could occur, hate to go back on last season, but last season, dealing with when it came down to O'Connell, how much pressure was put on him, and I also always speak about the pocket, how much the pocket closed on him every chance that they get, even with the quarterbacks that we have now. Whether we have a better O line to be able to protect him and give him more room in the pocket, that is what was the problem last season. But I can't even say that was the problem because when the same line, when it came down to Kirk Cousins, he had more time in it. When it came down to anybody else, they had more time in the pocket. For some reason, this pocket, that pocket, these pockets kept closing up on O'Connell, so it didn't give him, or in some cases, he was quick and made a good, swift decision, but some cases also caught him off guard and he wasn't able to deliver the way he should have been. So, seeing him in this position, seeing that he can have another opportunity to be able to do what he set forth last year. Hopefully, he's showing improve, do all of that stuff. Like I said, hey, even though we have Mendoza, I'm just not. And go back on my history. You will see everybody that I be sold on, and everybody that I'm not sold on. I'm not saying that I'm not too much sold on. Well, I'm gonna say that because everybody got all the eggs in a basket when it comes down to Mendoza. I'm not sold on him. I'm not bashing him either, but I don't think that um, is given what it need or what we need to actually move forward and progress during this season when we really have to pick up, when we really have to show and improve, when we really have to do our due diligence to put us back in the race for something. And that's all I was saying. I know that we have a lot of newcomers as far as for our offensive and our offensive line. I truly appreciate it when you see a lot of the players. I had them all down, but I mean, yeah, written down. There's still got a few. Hopefully, Genty is actually doing well from his injury in training, and yeah, hope everybody have a great time who are all that blessed the field. Most definitely, I know since this is going to be the main factor to determine, the 53 men, I hope that everybody actually, do their best. Show out, if you will, if you may, without injuring anything, hurting anybody. But it's good to understand. And why he go and hurt himself after I was just stating that even during this practice, even with themselves or with other teams, that you don't hurt yourself like that. And he has a sprained ankle. This ain't even pressure off of somebody else. This is pressure on yourself. Come on now, don't do. Come on now, come on now. But nevertheless, hope he do. I hope he recover fully. Most of all, better and stronger. Because yeah, we need you. I can't even lie about that. All the ones that we have now, you know what I mean? They are needed to play a part in this field during this time. There's no doubt about that. And that's just what it is. And that's just what it's going to be. So that being said, of course, we have this game. We have to play against the 49ers. I'm hoping that we do come out with the win. I'm also hoping that O'Connell is able to show a little more skills, a little more in depth in his character and his position, so that he could solidify this thing for himself and not, he have to go back and forth with everything else. I mean, come on now. Come on now. It do come down to a lot, and it do come down to certain considerations that we have to have for this, for him. And since this is a thing that's probably going to make or break a lot of people, especially during this time, especially for this cut, I'm going to need you, my man, to step up. I know this whole time, all I've been able to do is speak about the quarterbacks, because I do think the QBs are very, 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 very important when it comes down to the offensive line. Yes, you have, your O-line itself, but at the same time, you have to have the quarterback. What could we do without a fucking quarterback? What could we do? So we don't have a good quarterback. We don't have that good leadership or that good position or somebody to solidify that position. We're going to keep on dropping. We're going to keep on going back. And I don't think that we need something on our head like consistent loss. We're not even in the running for anything when it comes down to the end of seasons and shit like that. We're not in the run-ins. And I don't think that's what we planned on doing, what was supposed to fall in our lap, even with this Vegas decision and all of that other stuff. I know I watched somebody's video and it was speaking about Raiders bringing money to Vegas. But to me, just like everything else in Vegas, is draining. it's just draining, okay? Draining. Just draining, okay? Period. I don't care how much. If you think about the money, and I've spoken about this before, about the situation with the money. Yeah, if you think about it, it brings it, but it also it's very draining. I think that's what they bank off of. The whole excitement of this or being here but it's draining. And at the same time, since this move, we haven't been able to get our footing um, during the games. We ain't been making no good decisions. It seemed like I said, everybody on the inside haven't been, doing their best thing. It's only just been for a paycheck. So it's almost like that shit has been draining. This Vegas move have been very draining. Okay, from every aspect, on the field, off the field, in Vegas. Period. I don't know why I just went off and started talking about that. But you know what? That's not the case. The case is this motherfucking game that we have to overcome, accomplish, achieve today. Raiders against the 49ers. Okay. So we can see what we are mother loving left with. And I think that is important because how are we going to do our regular season? Are we going to start our, we're going to have our regular season with, I guess I could say the best, but it's only going to go off of the best that we probably have. But hey, seeing our history, seeing our history, we done let go of some of the best, and we chose not to play some of the best. And you know what? That's another problem. That's why I be so just undecisive with all of this shit. But at the same time, you know what? Nevertheless, this is preseason. This don't have nothing on the regular season, and this is just a taste, of what is to come and how we would have to deal with it and actually execute certain things with the tools and people and positions that we have. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and just write it the fuck out because I need to see what this game gonna do. I also need to see how everybody actually step up and present themselves and hold down their position. So overall, I hope it's a good game. And seeing that we're going against the 49ers, that it probably will be a very good game. Yeah, I think so. Even for the preseason, I think we're gonna, what I mean. I think a lot of players gonna do what they need to do and step up for their positions, and that's fine. I don't know. I keep swinging back and forth through this little book. I don't have shit in there. So with that being said, I'm gonna have go ahead and end this. Try not to last that long. I'll be wanting to be very quick so I can get things out and just over. So what? Boy, go ahead. Hopefully, first of all, everybody have a great day. And may the best man win. And for the game overall, I hope we come out on top. And for the team overall, for our 50-man roster, let the best man win. But you know who I'm rooting for?